What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and it is Sunday, September 25th, 2022, and it's almost 1 in the morning. And I'm back after 4 hours since I did that Jim Henson birthday video, but this is a video I wanted to go over with you guys about the Yankees. Well, guess what? Thursday night, the New York Yankees have officially clinched the 2022 playoffs. So that means we're getting both New York teams in the playoffs again after 2015. So we all know the Mets clinched the playoffs, but now the Yankees have officially clinched the playoffs Thursday night after a win against the Red Sox, their all-time rival. And the Red Sox and the Yankees are one of the greatest rivalries in sports, as we all know. Yeah, they're really playing hard against the Red Sox. And this is their this is their 6th straight year in the playoffs after 2017. So they're making the playoffs for a 6th year in a row. And their playoff streak has been lasting since 2017. Yeah. I am so relieved that the Yankees made the playoffs this year. I mean, they were going to do it, but it's been pretty hard for them. I mean, despite having a fresh 3 months in the start of the season, ever since July, they've been struggling for like 2 months. It's been really hard for them for the last 2 months. They started going downhill ever since I was in Disney and Universal. They had trouble winning a lot of games, and they kept on getting themselves into these losing streaks, having trouble winning games. It all started back in July. They slowly started going downhill, and then all of a sudden they had a bad August. I mean, they still had trouble in September too, but believe it or not, they won 6 in a row. And now they're a playoff team after receiving their 91st win of the season. But they still look like they're under pressure despite winning 6 in a row. I mean, Aaron Judge is having it hard right now. Despite the fact that he got 60 home runs. I mean, he's trying to get those home runs, but he looks like he's under pressure right now due to what's been happening with all the injuries and stuff. And he's just having trouble concentrating on what's going on right now because of what's been happening to the Yankees all year. For the second half of the season, he's having trouble concentrating, he's having trouble focusing, everything. But he's at least grateful that they're in the playoffs. But believe it or not, despite the fact that we made the playoffs and we were strong enough to do so, despite the fact that we made the playoffs and we were strong enough to do so, the only problem is that we haven't been this great lately despite winning 6 in a row. I mean, when we get to the playoffs, I don't think we're going to last that long, despite the fact that we're holding on to a first place spot. I don't think we're going to last in the playoffs that long. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think they're going to last in the playoffs that long. Yeah, I accidentally said we when I watched the Mets more than the Yankees. I mean, I consider them as a we too, because they were my grandfather's team. So, despite the fact that the Yankees made the playoffs, I don't think they're going to last very long in the playoffs due to what's been happening the second half of the year with the injuries and stuff. I mean, it's going to be hard for them when they get in the playoffs. I mean, all the playoff games are hard in baseball. Baseball is not an easy sport, but I don't think it's going to be easy for them. I have a feeling it's going to be an early playoff exit for them for 2022. But hopefully next year both teams still do better. Both the Mets and the Yankees. But I don't see the Yankees lasting in the playoffs very long. Due to the second half being sluggish. Ever since July. When I was in Florida. So we'll see what happens. I will be keeping on the playoffs for you guys. But I'm just relieved that the Yankees made the 2022 playoffs. Which is their 6th straight year in the playoffs. Yeah, I knew that they were going to make the playoffs, but I was getting a little worried for them. That's all. So they made the playoffs Thursday night against the Red Sox, which is a series that's still going on right now. And they have one more game against the Red Sox tomorrow. And the Mets are currently in Oakland right now. And they haven't played the Athletics since 2017. And I was in Disney during that series, believe it or not. It's been since July 2017 when they last played Oakland, and it was at Citi Field. But they haven't been to the Oakland Stadium in like years. So the Yankees and the Mets are in the playoffs, and I guess that's it.